Hey everybody, we're back again for another Big Red Ramble. This one is
we're big,
binary
we're
domain.
We're rambling, yeah.
We're rambling, yeah, son. I'm Kev, and I'm here with Tim.
I am Tim.
And Matthew.
I
call him Matthew. I don't know why.
Sega. Cryware.
Speech effects.
Anyone else?
What else comes up? No. Loading. Oh, dude, you're part Terminator, part Skull.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, that's what they say.
Campania.
So, I'm going to throw out a formula that I made up while playing this game.
Yeah, okay. Tell me about
may
it.
describe it in some way.
Oh, you turned voice input off.
Yeah, because I didn't have a microphone.
I heard that was good,
time.
though, in this.
So,
interesting.
This game
maybe
can be surmised in a very stupid formula by mixing three games together, and those are Gears of War, SOCOM, and Final Fantasy.
Okay,
yeah.
So, imagine you take, like, a third-person cover shooter where you can issue orders to your team via microphone or by clicking a button on your controller.
And everybody has stupid hair.
2080.
And the character designs are dumb, and you've got RPG, like JRPG menu systems.
And I also heard that you've got like a whole trust mechanic type thing where it depends how much they like you as to how much they're prepared to fight for you and all that sort of thing.
Yeah, so you could accidentally hit your teammate mid-combat, and they'll actually lose trust in you, and may
To be
just
fair, if a
run away
teammate
during a
shot me
fight.
in the back, I would lose a little bit of trust, maybe?
You lose
I'm not saying
a
it's
little
without
bit of
reason.
your back.
Yeah. Right, that's not the type of getting my back I was after, you know?
Alright,
Shooting me in it.
Sure.
Really?
So yeah,
Lost
this is
crew.
literally... We haven't really done this before with the Rambles, but this is quite literally the first 30 minutes of the game.
Ooh.
I'm into that. They're tandeming one of those Navy SEAL... oh, wait, no, that...
It's got a
that
fishtail.
doesn't... Yeah.
That is the future. It is the
Yeah, I'm
future.
not-
Fishtails, underwater, makes sense.
So one thing I'm going to say about this game is it looks really nice.
It does look
Graphically
really nice.
speaking. It looks really nice and tidy.
Graphically speaking, the graphics are pretty.
Yes.
Graphics are graphic-y. But also,
Yep.
the one thing that you said was it was a bit like Gears of War, and that's I played a preview of the game, and that's kind of... I'm guessing you're saying that because it's got a kind of pop and stop style mechanic, getting behind cover and shooting things, yeah?
Yeah, but I think in retrospect you can just eliminate Gears of War and SOCOM covers pretty much everything combat-wise.
Yeah?
I guess.
Is it very slow-paced, or is it more squad-based?
Well,
Is that
I
what you're
actually
trying
thought
to...
that with the robots in this game,
Big
Gears
boat.
of War was a better name for this than the Gears of War franchise. Because
Sure.
there isn't many Gears.
Because there's
I mean, I'll give them that, there's some war.
Okay, yeah.
But, you know, not so many Gears. Apparently
Yeah,
cogs,
there's
but
very-
that felt a bit tagged on.
Yeah. Coalition of governments.
Whereas this, you're attacking and shooting robots and things. They're kind of geary, you know? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure.
Right, this right now is telling you how to use your microphone if you want to, and there's actually a list of words somewhere in the menu that you can use, and the system will recognise it. Oh, hey, you don't need Connect for this.
Yeah, exactly. It does seem to make a nonsense of needing Connect in Mass Effect, no?
Like, didn't I say before? Like, you just need... Like, people were doing it in End War. Like, this
Yeah.
isn't... Yeah.
So, as I've heard, and I don't know how much truth there is to this, but I've heard that Kinect has a lot more voice recognition software built into its firmware.
I don't believe that.
Let's do this, bro.
I don't think that's necessarily true, but I'm not going to call
Well,
it.
yeah,
Right.
I couldn't expertly doubt that, and I doubt any of us could necessarily say categorically that that's the
I
case,
mean,
but
as Matt
it
said,
sounds a bit
End
fishy.
War was doing it in 2008, was it?
I believe
End War
so.
came out?
Something like
Yeah.
that.
And that was through
One
the
thing that
headset.
I heard about the voice command stuff in this game is that the developer said that there's also other words other than on the list that respond to things that you would naturally kind of respond to as well, basically, like hidden words and stuff. But I don't know
right.
how much
So-
that makes it easier or hard or better to use and stuff. But Sounds like
I
a good
remember
idea.
I remember a write-up of I think it was Pokemon Pikachu, which had which had some voice command stuff to it. And if you because it was a Nintendo product, I believe that if you ever said PlayStation, then Pikachu would get very mad. I don't know about the about that source though. We'll see. But if anybody's played Pokemon Pikachu out there, send us an email, matt@BigRedBarel.com. That's let me know.
It's an email address.
We'll address that on a later episode of
that's
this
the kind
show.
of cutting
We won't
edge
do
news
that.
you can expect on a ramble here.
Yeah.
Asking for letters in something will follow up in a random amount of time.
Yeah. your Pokemons, show me them.
Show me your Pokemons. But yeah, so the story to this game, though, how kind of in depth does it go beyond like you getting involved with the characters and stuff? Like, is there a overarching story that's of any interest, or?
I honestly haven't gotten far enough in to decide that yet. So far, it's just two bros.
Yeah, because that's what I was saying. I haven't seen any of that from the part of the game that I've seen either. Basically, I've just seen big boss fights and shooting things and lots of bro moments and talking to people.
I can tell you this much: this is incredibly macho brosiveness.
Yeah.
Well, what you're saying, Kev, is that it is a video game.
But way more Japanese.
Yeah.
Even than Japanese games. And the script is awful, obviously.
Great.
The voice acting is terrible, obviously.
So far,
These are all things that I love in Japanese games, for the record.
So far, these are pluses.
Yeah.
Current position, 35 degrees.
Am I alone in wanting every video game to be The Room?
Yes.
Major. Now, how about in English?
Yeah.
Because then
I-
every
what would you
video
put-
game would be the same video game, and we wouldn't have to make videos.
Yeah, we're approaching.
Yeah, I guess so.
Shouldn't be.
You're
What,
putting yourself out of a non-job, basically, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I guess. What mechanics do you think are The Room video game? What would that have? How would you play it?
In a room?
Yeah, I guess you'd be in a room for a start.
Yeah.
Would it be just a bunch of sex scenes strung together? You guys haven't seen The Room. This joke isn't going anywhere.
Yeah, that's basically one of the problems with this thread of conversation. It wasn't the highest on my list of problems, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Just to note things. Yeah. But anyway, this looks like another Brosif kind of bonding moment between these two, stuck on a bridge.
Yeah.
Have you shot anything yet, apart from traffic signs?
No. I'm about to shoot some robots.
Oh, thank heavens.
One thing about this game that's really annoying is, like, and this is partly where the Final Fantasy comparison comes in, is it actually locks your character in place during tutorials.
Oh.
It doesn't let you skip anything.
Oh.
And they can last quite a while.
Dang.
So, is there a lot of game mechanics that you need teaching then, I'm guessing, from that?
Yeah.
I do like
And
the way the
it's
robots
nothing
explode.
complicated either.
Explodey robots.
Yeah.
Explode
Sweet.
good.
Again, graphically, this game's really nice. And to be fair, it plays
Yeah, I was going to say, the bit I
reasonably nice
played
as
as well, it actually played quite nicely, and the boss fight was actually quite good. Having discussed earlier games with rubbish boss fights.
So, your main character has got an assault rifle that has a secondary fire
Yeah.
that can only be recharged by finding charging pads around the level.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
That seems like a shame.
that's weird.
Crawling robot is crawling and shooting you.
Yeah, I mean, one thing that's good about this is you can take out their legs and they just start crawling at you like that. And if you take out their heads, get perfect headshots, then they just start shooting at anything that
A
moves.
bit like zombie
Pretty
robots.
cool.
Basically.
Zombots.
Zombots.
Even. If you like.
Zombots.
And I like that it is very similar to Forza, where the money is listed in krona.
I was wondering where you're going with that.
Yeah.
Not generic
Yeah.
credits at all then, no?
No, krona.
Krona. Oh, grenade arch. I've never seen
There's a
that in a
grenade
game
arch,
before.
yeah.
That's a new mechanic. Exploding grenades. Head for the seawall via the rainbow bridge. This doesn't look like a rainbow bridge, to be fair.
Yeah, so what we're doing is we're going to Asgard.
Yeah, if I was going to be calling
right.
something a rainbow bridge, I'd expect
It'd
it
look
a
like a
bit more
rainbow,
colour,
yeah.
at least, as a general rule. Whoa! What?
Is there a part of this level where you can jump off it and end up half of it? Like you've already finished half of it? That's Rainbow Road. It's a reference to a Mario Kart level.
Yeah.
I'm really funny, guys.
Yeah. Get back to me sometime next week and I'll laugh.
Okay, cool.
But
I'm going to hold to that.
Yeah. I'm gonna open up a Skype conversation with you, and I'm gonna go, "Hey, just remember when I was really funny."
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah.
I was distracted by the big flashy explosions. That's my
As you do.
excuse. But yeah, it's got Gears of War style weapon. You got 4 weapons, and I'm guessing that's D-pad to choose between them. Yeah.
Yep, it is.
Okay.
And that was a recharge pad for my one assault rifle ability, by the way.
Do you only get to use it once, and then it?
Yeah.
Like, wow. So I don't think I'd ever use it then.
I hate that in a game when you've got really limited stuff. You never know whether to use that rocket launcher or just hold on to it for the entire level and then go,
Totally.
I just carried a rocket launcher for no reason.
I would do that for Mass Effect 2 when you would get the nuke gun.
Yeah.
So it would be like, oh yeah, maybe I'll use this at a boss, but then otherwise I don't get any ammo for it, so it's never get. Yeah. There's
It's the same with any heavy weapon in Mass Effect.
Yeah, there's a TV tropes page called "The Awesome Weapon That's Too Awesome to Use."
The shotgun.
Yeah, I feel like that applies. Oh man, no, that's too that's like standard fare. That shotgun. That's like you always use that.
Yeah.
Did you ever play Ratchet and Clank Tools of Destruction?
I did.
Did you unlock the Rhino 4?
I never got round to it. No.
Oh Christ, that gun was so fun to use.
Yeah, I'll bet.
I mean, that whole game had just an amazing amount of weapons that were amazing to use.
Yeah, that's what that
I've
company
only
was
used the
great
word
at.
amazing already. But, yeah, the Rhino 4 just set out about 30 or so rockets per second.
Yeah.
And just aimed at whatever target you were aiming at.
Yeah, it did.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah, it was.
It's no cerebral bore or whatever the hell that thing was called in Turok.
Turok 2.
Yep.
Oh shit, son. Turok 2 was one of my favourite games.
Oh.
I never even owned an N64, but the cerebral bore was amazing.
My favourite weapon, weirdly, it's probably like that Genki squid gun. Like it's too good.
Oh,
That's a good
that's
one.
good.
Yeah.
Good recent
It's a
one.
good
as well.
recent
Yeah.
example. A lot of people cite Perfect Dark as their game that has
Yeah,
decent
considering
weapons
the only
in that they
Perfect
love.
Dark I ever played was Perfect Dark Zero. I'll give it one thing: it had a good fun, like set up the machine gun as a briefcase gun thing going on.
I'll tell you what, I never played Perfect Dark Zero, but there is a staunch defense community for that game.
Really?
Yeah.
The one player was absolutely terrible. Had some of the things that made me go, "Oh yeah, escort missions. I really flipping hate them. I never want to play them in this whole generation of games ever. Thanks." But other than that, it had some moments of enjoyment on the multiplayer at least.
You must be pissed that there's been so many escort missions in games since
Oh
then.
god, yeah. Like, will no one ever learn that I don't like escort missions? No.
They're a thing.
They're
So it's
not a
escort
fun thing, though.
missions.
You need to play
Escort missions.
Never Dead.
Oh god,
wow.
no, I don't.
Yeah, everybody
Although I
should
have to
play
say,
Never Dead.
when done okay, they're okay, because Enslaved was a whole game of it, and I didn't mind it there.
Well, she held her own
Yeah.
in Enslaved.
And it was
Trip
a
was
mechanic
pretty sensible.
more than an annoyance.
That's awesome. This is awesome.
Swim! You had. What happens if you didn't press B to swim there? Would you have drowned?
I don't know.
That was the least impressive dive ever, though.
Yeah, innit?
Like, he just, like, it was like, I'm going to jump
I'm
off
holding
this.
up a card and it's saying 5.5. Not very impressed.
If it were truly an important game, he'd have done some backflips and stuff.
Yeah, and maybe a pike halfway up. You're swimming into
Yeah.
a wall right now. Doesn't matter how much
Don't
you
do
get
Yeah.
up.
I didn't quite have a clue where I was going at the time. But then you just turn around and follow Big Bo.
What up, Big Bo?
Boom!
You saw it. Yeah, this is a timed swimming thing.
Oh, because yeah, that's what you need in a action.
Yeah.
Because you need those in your shooters.
Yeah.
Nothing like getting a good bit of digital exercise in the middle of your shooting action. Oh, good.
And dive. Yeah, so you got to avoid surveillance spots as well. This game's crazy. I don't know if I mentioned.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not
beginning
sure
to
if
see
you did.
that.
Ride the tanker past the sea. What?
Now we gotta hurry.
Make up for lost time, Kev. Come on, hurry.
Over here,
bro.
I. He's already said it like 3 times.
Really? Oh man.
I.
So yeah, we were saying this before the recording started, but yeah, you really like it how characters, when they say I, it like spells it out in interesting ways.
Spells it like I say it on Twitter sometimes.
Does that time limit
Except I do it
come
ironically.
close to ending? Is that something that's just kind of merely bouncing you along at a fair rate, or is it actually quite tight?
Yeah, do you have to work hard to actually suck at it?
That's not what I was asking.
I don't know which question to answer.
Yeah,
Go with the time. Go with the time. Oh, you've just got spotted there, I guess. I'm guessing robots and water don't mix, though.
I don't know. I guess not, since they're not diving in.
No, not taking the plunge. I'm sure you, in the future, what was it, 2080? They could have come up with a robot that works in water, no? I don't know about you, but they could have just wrapped it in plastic or something.
Well, that's how all the humans are still alive, man. If they figured out one that could go in the water, then we'd all be.
Water is their weakness, yeah?
Yeah.
Like aliens in Signs.
I was going to say exactly that was the reference I was going for as well. Swing away, Tim.
Swing away.
Jesus Christ, that movie's awful.
I've never seen it.
Oh, it's
We
bad.
just bought the whole thing for you.
Yeah.
Fortunately, it was already spoiled a long time ago.
Easy, huh? Now we just
15G in the bank.
Hold on tight, bro.
We're just going to chill out. Hold on
Hold
tight,
on
bro.
tight, bro.
But the robots were still chasing you. Like, just moving onto the tanker didn't stop
They don't
them.
know
They
where
could
you
still
are
shoot
now
you
that
now.
you've moved into the next cutscene.
Oh, okay.
See, that's
Cool.
They can't handle I'm skitching
Yeah.
on a tanker.
Yeah.
like visibly, like, you know, all stealthy like.
I haven't used the word skitching in years.
You ever gone sketching? It's real fun.
I used to try it when I was a kid, just around.
Ah, it's fun.
I've scotched
car park.
once, I think.
Yeah. I ate an egg once, yeah.
That's a nice shiny helmet you have there.
Yeah, it's pretty
Where
good.
did that come
Thank
from?
you.
This is a shiny game.
Now that's how you do it. Piece of cake.
Where's the cake?
That's a trope
He
that
just
I like out of
promised you
video
a
games.
piece of cake and then just ran away. How rude was that?
Yeah.
Arsehole.
Isn't it? What
Glad I was
kind of teammate is
So
that?
that's one of my favourite things about games is helmets that flick up and fall apart.
That's your
So, like,
favourite
you're
things
wearing a
about
helmet.
games. Surely that's one of your favourite
Yeah.
things about life.
Well, we haven't invented the flick up helmet yet.
Yeah,
Guys,
someone's
new
thought of
mechanic. We get
Yeah,
wire guns.
grappling guns. Oh man, this. I
Grapple.
think you could tell me. I think you could tell me that anything is in this game at this point, and I might believe you.
It's mental, isn't it?
Yeah. There's a dating sim a little bit later on.
Well, we've just had a swimming section, so, you know.
Yeah.
Here's the great thing, right? Because this game has conversation options, like multiple choice conversations, like any RPG would do. But because it's attached to
Oh,
it.
before we do
because
this,
it's attached-
I love this piece of equipment is just for Dan. No, Dan is the only one that can use this arbitrarily.
I told you, man, this is where the Final Fantasy stuff comes
Yeah.
in. You get character-specific equipment and these bloody menus.
Oh man, that's crazy.
How much does this look like it's just ripped from a Square game?
All right, you were talking about
A Square
relationships.
game.
Yeah, everybody in the game wears glasses and have terrible fashion sense.
Oh,
Squares.
that kind of stuff. So you've got to be more specific.
Splish, Ski Sunday.
Yeah, I have there.
Yeah, so I was on about conversation system.
Okay.
So rather than having to get into like conversation wheel cinematics to choose your conversation options, this guy will literally talk to you in the middle of fights, and the game will say, right, you need to press the left bumper and select an option to respond with.
Do you think love can bloom on the battlefield?
Just in the middle of combat. This is where you get taught to send him in to do things for you.
Ah,
And given that he's got a massive machine gun, I think that's probably the way to play
probably
this game.
it's where I played lots of games. If they gave me an expendable character, especially if it's someone that I can revive at some point, send him in. Operation
Yep.
Get Behind the Expendable.
Another really weird thing is that your character speaks sometimes, but when he's issuing orders and whatnot, or replying to conversations with that voice command thing,
Not so
he
much.
never speaks.
No?
So
That is weird.
sometimes he does, sometimes he doesn't, and that does seem odd. Especially since Big Bo over here speaks all the goddamn time.
Big Bo.
Charge order means you want to get up close and quick.
Boom.
Maybe that's as a part of the voice command stuff. Like they don't want to have you talk and then have him talk.
I guess. Actually, yeah, that probably makes sense.
They're doing it right. They're doing it better than Mass Effect is doing it.
Yeah, they're doing it better than Mass Effect is doing it. That's
we should
what
have
I'm taking out of
had
this.
we should have had another microphone set up. So when you did the voice commands, we had you talking in it.
Handy when we get split up. Remember that.
So you just
But we
sat on
didn't.
your ass during that whole thing, left him to go and kill everyone.
Yeah.
Well, you literally, this is another situation where you literally can't move. I couldn't even move the camera during that.
Wow. That's
Oh.
weird.
Man, they just don't
Yeah.
give up. I see the guests are still arriving.
Hello,
Shame
more
they brought
peoples.
guns instead of gifts.
Shoot them.
So what are you doing to do that? Do you just hold down LB and then it gives you the options?
Yeah, you hold down LB and then you pick a face button to respond.
Okay. That's pretty cool.
And sometimes it gives you some pretty funny ones. When you get through this area, there's actually a little conversation these two guys have, where a couple of the options just seem like you'd being a complete dick.
And those
I
are the
didn't
ones you
go with
chose,
that.
right?
This what?
And those are the ones you chose, right?
No, I didn't actually. I went for the nice one.
Ugh.
I'm a paragon of virtue.
Yeah.
Are you?
No. Not real life.
Yeah, that's exactly. He plays games as escapism, so
Gotta be a nice guy.
yeah.
Booyah! He really enjoys just slaughtering
Well, it's
robots.
good enjoying your work, though. You know what I mean? I like
Yeah.
someone that takes pride in their work.
Yeah, I mean, I like looking at video games and talking over them. This guy likes shooting robots.
Yeah, no.
So, have I sold you two guys on trying this game out?
Yeah,
I
I'm
was
gonna
kind
pick
of
this up.
interested. I'm not sure so sure if you've made me more or less interested.
That elevator's ours.
You mentioned the
Yeah.
words Final Fantasy, which is a bit scary.
I think just consider this game. Look, this is the studio that brought you Yakuza, so they're used to throwing the kitchen sink at a game.
I like
that's
the
true,
look
yeah.
of the game, but it does kind of remind me of, like, I was looking forward to Lost Planet 2. And you know what I mean? Like, has this done the good things like that I like in Vanquish, or the bad things that I didn't like in Lost Planet 2? Of a Japanese
What did you
game?
like and dislike in those things?
Does it have good controls?
Yes, the controls are fine.
Okay.
Good.
Is it an enjoyable game?
I enjoy it, but then again, I enjoyed Never Dead.
Right.
But you enjoyed Never Dead with a kind of layer of irony to it, I guess.
Oh, it was entirely ironic. There's no reason to legitimately like Never
Yeah.
Dead. It's just if you really like watching a dude's head fly around a room constantly.
Okay,
I
so
do.
what are the
That's the
reasons
game
you
for you.
did enjoy this game?
Terminal, huh?
It's turning into 20 questions.
Send our credits here.
Well, I don't know. I'm not that far into it yet, but it's just fun so far. It's a
Okay.
weird mishmash of genres that's just heavily Japanese.
Before opening the shop up, he hung out on his smartphone for a little while. That was pretty funny.
Yeah, well, we haven't seen it so far in this, but I got to fight a boss fight as well, and yeah, that was quite well done, I thought, no? The one I got to
I
try,
don't
and
get-
another one I got to see,
Into that.
but I'm not sure how far
Do
you get
you
into it.
get,
This is obviously
uh,
the unlocking stuff as well, but yeah, it's a bit different.
Do you get other weapons, or are you constantly stuck with these ones and you have to update them?
I couldn't tell you. I haven't got that far in.
Okay.
I would hope that there's not that many weapons if they've got that many points available to upgrade.
Yeah. So he's just checking Twitter on his phone before he does the
Probably
shopping.
more of these things. Keep your eyes peeled. Too damn quiet here. Keep your eyes peeled.
Keep your eyes peeled.
Right. Is there anything else toward the end of the video, or are we cool to...
Oh, yeah, there's just the little conversation these two guys
Okay.
have in the corridor.
Well, let's see them chat. And then...
Oh, robots! Watch out for those robots. I was going to say, is there a melee? Looks like yes. Oh, and there's a you dead.
There is. Right, so there's two ways of getting up here. You can either get him to come in and sort you
Sounds
out,
like a plan.
which I touched that, or you can just do this.
Oh,
Stab
sweet.
yourself in the chart, in the heart.
Everything is in this game.
So, what was always missing from co-op games for me was being able to stab yourself in the heart with adrenaline.
Yeah.
Just get yourself the hell up. Is there a limit to that sort of thing, or...
I imagine so, but when you think about it, it's a genius addition that's never been in it. Like, I can't think of another co-op game where you could heal yourself when you get incapacitated.
You're right.
It's always reliant upon the other characters.
Boom. They really do carry
Yeah.
on shooting you even when they're quite mashed up.
Oh yeah, And it's really satisfying blowing them apart.
Yeah, that's the one thing that I took away from playing the demo. That the actual basic combat with these robots was good fun. Swing away.
Is it always robots though? I'd be happy if it was. I'm just interested about variety. But I'm guessing you don't know yet.
Yeah.
It's all robots from what
I mean, there's different kinds of robots. You saw the massive robot
stories about a scientist guy who's been working on robots for a while and stuff. And so I imagine that at least the majority of the enemies are going to be robots, at least.
Well, the conceit is that this company in Japan has started to produce robots that look like humans.
Yeah. Huh.
And
faces being
the
ripped
Americans
off
have sent these guys in
stuff,
to... Yeah, and the Americans have sent these guys in to figure out what the hell's going on.
And then Haley
no one
Joel
should be that
Osment has an
fast.
adventure with his teddy bear. He meets Jude
Again,
Law.
I never watched that film,
Okay.
and I don't want to.
Okay, other joke is, and then Robin Williams decides to get himself classified as a human. It takes him 200 years.
I never watched that film
That
either.
film's not great.
No.
I think I've just avoided all these films.
Yeah.
Do you know what I thought of earlier?
There's too many films. That's one thing I
For some reason, I really have a hankering to watch a Jeff Goldblum film.
Yeah, I felt
I'm
that
trying
for a
to
while
decide
as well.
which one I want to watch. I think Independence Day is probably going to win it.
Yeah, that is the best one,
Welcome
really.
to Earth.
Welcome to Earth.
Earth.
Here you go, here's a crate puzzle.
Oh, wow.
It's not really a puzzle, it's just rotate it.
I've
Just
never
another-
seen this mechanic in a game. You get to control a crane, do you? Wow. But like you say, there is quite a lot of variety in what's going on and stuff like that as well, yeah. And it does look like a graphically good game, and yeah. I'll definitely be interested to play it, basically. I'll hold some judgments till then, but I like what I've seen of it so far, and you've made me, I think, interested enough to go through and have a look.
I think it's worth
Swimming
playing.
aside.
If you've got access to it via rentals or just picking it up cheap, because this isn't going to stay full price for very long.
No, well,
I can
this and
almost
Syndicate
guarantee
came
it.
out on the same day as well, and I think both of them might struggle a bit because of each other on top of everything else that may be counting against them. But
I just don't think either game's been marketed.
no, not particularly. And when they're both coming up, but that's what I'm saying. When they're both up against each other, I can see people wandering in the shop and going, "Oh, I'll pick up one of these." I can't see people picking up both of them. You know what I mean?
In fact, didn't SSX come out this week
No,
as
that
well?
was the
No,
week
it's next
after,
week.
basically. So
I think it depends when this video comes up.
Well,
it might
yeah.
even be out
SSX
right now.
will be out by the time this video's up. But yeah,
All right. No sign of
That
more
seems
strap
likely.
heads. So no rush, brother.
What up, Big Bo?
We got time to catch
no
Big
rush,
Bo.
Big Bo.
We're going to have a little chat.
What's the Y thing? Is that just locking your
We
camera
out of
onto
this
him?
place soon.
Yeah.
And then time for the main event.
The main event.
Why is it doing that?
So here we go, conversations.
That's really
God
annoying.
damn.
That Y thing.
Yeah.
It just distracts from the fact that you're having a
Oh
conversation with him.
wait, did your so your relationship with Big Bo is going up? That's
You
you fool.
Oh,
You
come
fool.
on, you gotta say you fool.
My boy. Let's
I
move
know, I
out.
think I'm going to start again from the beginning of the game. to
Just
pick you
insult
fool.
him lots, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
We'll leave it there anyway.
Yeah.
That's Binary Domain.
Yeah,
It's
interesting.
Do you like Japanese games? If you do, you'll like it.
Japanese games and
It's
shooting
something.
don't always go hand in hand, but looks like they may have made a good job of this at least.
Yeah, it's
Do
competent.
you think it was made for Western audiences quickly before we go?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna say it.
Well, this Western audience is maybe interested. There we go.
Yeah. Alright, catch you later, guys.
Bye.